not growing up religious is why I don't hate anybody. Like
that's an interesting take.
Like I don't get any of the jokes. Like people will be like, well, yeah, like you know how Jews are, and I'm like, I actually don't. I don't know. I'm like, well, you know Arabs. I don't.
It's
like no idea.
I mean, that's such a good take, and that's so again not even like trying to steer into like heavy sincerity, but that is there's something that's very true about that, and then also just shows how much. Because obviously I grew up in deeply religious circles and how many of those that did completely missed the point. The fact that it has led to so much hate is really just showing like illiteracy in religious groups because you're not reading your own text.
And I'm glad you said that because as I've gotten older, here's something I will say. When I was a kid, I used to be like, religion's stupid, and like if you are religious, you're like dumb, and like why would you fucking do that?
Yeah.
I'm better than you and whatever. Well, like, I mean, I guess I didn't think I was better than you, but like, I definitely was like, I definitely like kind of looked down on people. I was like, you're like religious. Yeah. But now, like, as I've gotten older, like the last, like probably like 10 years, like throughout my 20s, I was like, oh, I get it now. And I understood exactly what you said, where I was like, these texts aren't telling you to like hate people and and to like whatever, like it's just people are wielding it in a way that will benefit them, like people do anything. And then I started to actually feel bad for the religions, and I was like, now I understand people who fight for them and go like, no, dude, that's not what it is. And that's not what it means. And I think about people that I know in my life because I think of like, for example, my landlady. My landlord is an Italian lady who immigrated here in the 50s. She's deeply religious. She's very Catholic. She's like in her mid 80s. She goes to church every day. She's always doing something.
My Croatian landlady, same story.
And she's always doing something for the community, and she's always blah, blah, blah. And all of these values she picked up because of the church and because of her religion. And you're someone in my life like that too. You're an extremely good person. You're thoughtful, you're selfless, and a lot of that is driven from your experience in religious groups and in religious communities.
For sure.
And you had that really awesome joke about how accepting people and things like that. And so...
I talk a little bit about it in the special. Anyway.
In the special, and name calling available on YouTube. But so now when I look at religion, I think of like, I feel bad because I think that I understand when people get angry and they get like, well, all these religious wars and stuff. And they're right. They're not wrong. But it's like, they're like perverting it. Like they're like perverting the religion or like what it says. And I still am not religious at all. I have no idea about anything. For example, literally yesterday, because my girlfriend is religious, like not religious, but like grew up going to church and like all that stuff now. I think she's like most Catholics. Like now she doesn't do shit. But she knows she has knowledge. Like I don't know, like
cultural but not practicing kind of thing.
To give you an idea of how religious I am, yesterday I was literally on a Wikipedia rabbit hole and I was looking up who Abraham is. I don't know. And I was learning about that. Like
the Abrahamic religions.
Yes, and then the Abrahamic. So I went through a rabbit hole I went through a rabbit hole of like Abrahamic religions. What is it? The why Jerusalem is so special and like that. And it's fascinating. And you read it and you're like, this is so interesting. And it is weird how all of these religious texts are different, but they all kind of have the same kind of like history. And you're like, okay, so what the fuck happened? Like, what is the history of humans and all? It is a bizarre, cool thing.
It is it's insane because like the sort of the short version is my understanding of it though is like both Judaism and Islam stem directly from Abraham, right? And from his seeds, Isaac and Ishmael and all that stuff.
Isaac Knox name calling and special now available on YouTube.
But then there's a lot of Jewish people and Christians and agnostics, atheists, everything else that like don't realize that Mecca, which is the, where Muslims face when they pray, what Mecca is where they believe Abraham's original house of worship was.
Right.
So it's like because Christians and Jewish people, really like highly regard Abraham and know that that's the roots of their faith, but don't realize that Islam is the same exact way, right? And then, I come from a Christian background who would feel like they're on a completely different planet belief-wise than Hindus, but Hinduism is a religion of many gods that all basically come from the same God. It's basically the same idea as the Christian Trinity, just it's more than three. Like but it's also, and then like Muhammad's book, he called it the Final Testament, I believe. So it's like if the Torah is the Old Testament, Christians have the New Testament, this is the Final Testament. It's all supposed to be in harmony. Right. It's all anyway. That's enough of that soapbox.
Interesting, and it makes me think. I wonder what the deal is, because either this is true, and these were all like I think it's interesting how like all of the books have things about like a flood or like you know what I mean. So like you read things like that, and you're like, okay, so maybe something like Noah's Ark like was real, or maybe the flood was real, and then the ark became the story. Like the flood was real, and then the fish was this big, and then all of a sudden, some guy who saved 2 cows became like a, you know what I mean? Like, and no hate to Noah, of course, no hate to Noah or your
shout out to Noah, my guy.
Hey, Noah. But the thing that's always been fascinating to me, with the caveat of saying someone with very limited knowledge, someone who just found out who Abraham was fucking yesterday. And I'm like, either way you cut it, it's interesting, because I'm like, either all of this is like, all of it's true and those historical events happen and whatnot, or what does it say about human beings and the idea of something like, a shared consciousness? Because how did all of us on different parts of the world with different languages, so a different way to even make sense of the world, and we all kind of came to like a similar conclusion of like a belief system, or like a Holy Trinity, or of a this or that. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't even have like the tools.
No,
to say
and again, obviously, we're not saying this like we're qualified or like.
No, listen to me. I am a fucking idiot. I couldn't hold down a sales job, live stream selling toys,
and he was praying to the Labubu.
Yeah, like don't listen to me. I'm stupid as fuck.
Yeah, continue. But again, I mean, it stems from us asking all the same questions, right? Why are we here? What happens after? What's the purpose? So we're all looking to something bigger, and you come to a similar conclusion. I also think that some people call it the universe, some people call it the soul, the spirit, ourselves, God. We're using different, I mean, some people don't even realize that like God, Abba, Allah is just the same word in different languages. Right. The same as saying like Dios. You know what I mean? It's a translation. It's a translation. We're creating divides where there doesn't need to be. And I understand that when it comes to like little details of beliefs and all that, I think the reason that it gets so like deadly in its division is because those of us that grow up in religious circles, it becomes our whole identity, and the stakes, we're literally told the stakes are life and death. Right. Like eternal life and death, right? Yeah. So when that's ingrained in you, and everything about your belief is everything you're building who you are on.
Anything you know, it's all you know.
So the idea that the idea that you're wrong is unacceptable, because then all of you is, wrong. And it's like, then who am I without this? And it's like, and there's well-intentioned people that are like, I'm challenging you or trying to turn you to face the way I am, because genuinely, well-intentionedly think that this is life and death, and that I'm saving your life. Right. But that makes something so powerful, and anything that powerful can get weaponized for evil. Yeah. And anything that's that powerful can also be monetized. Yeah. Right. So that's where it all it's all the human error and greed that ruins what comes from like a pure place of wanting community, wanting direction, wanting purpose, wanting to figure out the best way to love each other, and the best way to like. But anyway, I have a joke about my Jewish girlfriend. Jewish ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. So anyway, buy tickets for me or your God is fake.
Yes,
okay?
yes. I honestly, if this wasn't called the Hotdog Hour, it'd just be called Side Roads, because that's a whole, it's my favorite thing too.
But that's where the best shit comes from.
Oh, it's the best. I'm saying